So this is Zoro. Zoro, I've been cutting her hair for a very, very long time, and she always kind of, she kind of throws me off a little bit, but she's very consistent. The thing with Zoro is that, as you can see, she got a very non-existent hairline. Like, I literally have to create her hairline every single time, but once she gets a cut, it's amazing. And she came in today with a fire retwist, so I was already happy. I saw it, I was already complimenting it off the bat. I have to create her hairline though, so that's where I really got to get in my back on this cut. Now she gets it. Besides that, I will say the rest of the cut is pretty consistent and pretty simple. She likes it very, very tight and light on the sides. We do a taper out in the back, very tight and light on the sides. We do a very nice lineup, and the lineup is really where we have to shine on this one, because she does not have it, originally. Like, she has it, but it grows in like everywhere. She has a cowlick right in the center of their lineup, so that's where it makes it a little bit tough. But right here, you see me with my number one guard. We're going really, really close up to her locks, right? Really, really close to her locks. We're gonna clear out this back panel. Now, sometimes this area could be a little bit, hard. It could be hard because sometimes when they do the locks and they do the styles, they put it so you don't really have any space to really get up in there. Like, you can see, like, this big bun is not moving. It is not moving, but it's kind of hard to really kind of get the hair right in there, because I don't want to just start like chopping at the hair. But you just got to be patient. You got to be patient with your clients, and you got to take the time. We're trying to give a premium service and a high quality cut. We don't want to rush them out of our chair. We want to give everybody their respected time, and we really try to shine just on the lineup right here. And you can see we're just gonna clear all of this mess out, all of this panels out. Now, right here, for my girl Zoro, I'm just gonna go in and we're gonna start to taper out the back, right? We'll line up the sides and we'll keep them pointing, but in the back, she wants it faded out. She wants to taper it out. Sometimes I'll go a little bit higher. Sometimes I'll keep it really low. But actually, these are a new trimmer that I've bought, and I really, really like them. The blade's amazing. They come with a DLC blade. The grip is really nice. I wish they had the grip on the power button, though. Sometimes the power button will be sliding a little bit. I got to kind of loosen that up a little bit. But now we're just going to go, and we're just going to taper this out. And I would say one of the biggest, things of importance for me whenever I'm doing somebody, like, with locks is you got to get really close to the locks, but you don't want to dig into the locks. And make sure, for the love of God, make sure that people are getting their retwist or lock before they come and see you. You don't want like a big froey stuff before you do it, because you don't want to cut hair that could be retwisted into the locks. Obviously, like, if they're just kind of getting a cleanup, then that's where you want to just be more careful. But as a kind of rule to your clients, like, for example, today she got the retwist and she's going to get the cut, but the retwist came first. That is so essential. That is so important. And right here, we're just kind of lowering the lineup. And right here, I kind of have to like fade the lineup and play my position, very carefully, because I want to get very close to the locks, but I don't want to dig into the locks, if that makes sense. Also, they're locks. They are called locks. I know a lot of people will say dreadlocks, but if you actually look up like the history of it, the reason why they called it dreadlocks is because it was looked as a dreadful hairstyle, right? So I try to just say locks to educate my clients, and it's always a cool little tip. But you can see the hairline that she got has no borders. It has no established playing field. Like, it grows in everywhere. There's a cowlick in the middle, right? So you need reference points. You need reference points to kind of start yourself out on this lineup. So right here, I like to start on the back. We're doing like the back nape lineup. We're gonna go over the ear, and you can see like that little trick I did to get all the ear already out my way. It's kind of folding the mask over, so it kind of just keeps everything more exposed, right? And right here, we're not gonna with our pointy sideburns, we're not gonna go straight down. I do these a little bit more feminine on women, and I kind of do them straight out, and then I give them a little bit of curve. And you can see right here, I have my first reference point at the top of the C cup, and then my second at the bottom. And then right here, once I hit it one time, from there, I'm just kind of cleaning it up. I'm gonna go over that line multiple times and just clean it up. And you're gonna see, boom, how sharp it gets so quickly. And there was no excessive, pushback or nothing like that. We're just playing our position just as we need to be. Like, look at that. That is so clean. Boom. That's actually, that is a trick I learned from Dave. You kind of take the front of your trimmer and you measure kind of one C cup versus the other, and you know the blade is flat, so it's going to tell you where that second reference point of the C cup has to be. That is a very awesome trick for like one, checking if they're even, or just like setting it right. Like if you set it right, if you do it right the first time, you don't really have to, your detailing is not going to really take that long. But you can see like I'm following a system, and like I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying to give a premium service. I'm trying to give a high quality haircut and in a nice amount of time, and I want it to be comfortable. I want it to be smooth, right? So like I use systems with my haircuts. A lot of times, like lining up, I use systems. Fading, I use systems. Cutting the top with sister, I use systems. Systems. You need systems, so that you can be efficient and also consistent. You know, like you don't want to give your clients a great haircut one time. They need to be back to back to back, amazing. But you can see after I do my curves, like my C cups, you know, and my pointing sideburns on both sides, now I'm going to do my vertical bars on both sides, and I really leave the lineup for very, very last. So right here, I'm going to do my vertical bars, and the reference point that I use for those are the eyebrows. I see the angle of them, right? Whether they're coming like at a 90-degree angle, or maybe you have to give them a little bit of a slant. And I kind of measure that against the eyebrows, and then from there I can start in the front of my lineup and then just work from one side to the other, playing it, you know, very consistent, and just, you know, making sure that it's very symmetrical on both sides, right? I do have clients that literally have like lopsided heads, so you know, having a system really helps out a lot. Like it's legitimately, I'll have to show you one of my clients. I'll have to record a video where his head, like it's literally a little bit lopsided, but you can kind of play with the lineup to make it look as even as possible. But he knows though. We're both on the same page. That's important. You gotta be on the same page with your clients, like, and that's where that like communication comes in at. You gotta be on the same page. They gotta know what's going on. But right here, I convinced her. She doesn't do this a lot, but I was able to convince her because she had the fire retwist. We're gonna do a little bit of the no drip, a little bit of the enhancements, right? The one thing I forgot to do is I forgot to kind of clean the skin with alcohol first, but it's still gonna last a good amount of days regardless. But you can see I'm going very light. I'm letting the overspray really hit it. I'm mainly kind of spraying on the card. I'm not trying to spray actually too much on the skin because I don't want it to be too dark, because she doesn't like it really dark, right? She wants it, you know, kind of more set, kind of more natural. And you can see like that's what we're doing. But I did this after I did my lineup. It's very important because after this comes out, I still want her lineup to be symmetrical. I still want it to be crispy. It just won't be able to be as dark, as full. But you can see I'm going a little bit at a time. I'm just doing this, you know, in little sections as I'm working, and I'll do a little bit of spray and then I'll come out. And this just adds that extra flair to the service. Like I don't charge extra for this. I just do it for my clients, just to take care of my clients, because really what I want at the end of the day, I want to just be able to, like, for somebody to sit down and I can give them an amazing haircut, a high quality haircut, a premium service, and that's it. Like I'm not trying to nickel and dime my clients for every little thing that I want to do for them. At the end of the day, my job is to get them as fresh as possible, as crispy as possible. And sometimes, you know, you got to use a couple of different things to, you know, to get them there. Like for example, right now, I'm using my straight razor. I use this on a lot of my clients to make the line a lot crispier, a lot sharper. It adds, you know, a different level of like definition to the lineup. And right here, I'm just kind of going with the curve, like, you know, piece by piece, just going with the curve. I'll go with the grain first and then against the grain, so that, you know, it's comfortable. Yeah, sharp. Yeah, very sharp, very close. And sometimes I'll use shaving gel. Depends on the client, you know, if I need to use shaving gel or not. But with Zoro, you know, she has a good like moisture level to her skin where I don't really need to. And it doesn't irritate her or all. You know, that's very important too when you're trying to give like a premium service to your clients. And like an awesome haircut, is it needs to be comfortable. Like we want to be sharp, but we don't need to be that sharp. Nobody wants to be that sharp to where it's like it's hurting and it's uncomfortable. And you can see, man, this is coming together from what she was to who she is now. Like this is just, it's just so crazy, the difference. And this is honestly what I love about barbering, is like the fact that you can change somebody's look in the matter of like 45 minutes. And let's see what she feels like. Can you see that?
Yeah. We'll come back this way a little bit. Yeah.
Say it in the back.
Yeah. Looks clean.
Clean, crispy. you like the amount of the enhancements that I did? I didn't do, you know, too much, too black, too nothing.
Okay. Yeah.
Look good?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you could tell, man. It came together. Like, shout out to you, Zorro. I appreciate you always coming through. Very consistent. You know, since I've been in the garage, I've been cutting her hair, and she's always been very consistent. And she's been very awesome with me. So, you know, this is awesome. This is amazing. It looks fire. The amount of enhancements that we did was fire. How close we went to the reach was fire. The line is looking super sharp. Like, shout out to her. Shout out to Zorro. You know, people got problems, and this is how we solve them, you know, by just following our systems, by doing what we have to do, by caring about our clients, you know, trying to give them, you know, that extra little flair when we can. Like, this is superly crispy. Like, I'm so happy about this. And like, whenever I can give like a dramatic change like this to my clients, like, it does a lot for me. And you know, we had to pull the background out for her, you know, get some shots, you know, on Instagram. But man, this looks awesome. Thank y'all so much for tuning into the video. Jordian, Tampa Bay Barber. I work at a Hairline's Barbershop in Brandon. And I'll see y'all.